think of something to do for like a sign-on. Are you ready to revolt? Nah. Anyway, so revolt workout. I'm gonna do real quick here to go over the super compensation diet, or how's the article titled? How to have a huge cheat day and burn fat. So just do this real quick so that you, in case you were too lazy to read the article. Basically, here's the premise. What you're going to do is you're going to be able to have a huge cheat day and still work within your diet to continue to burn fat. So before I explain exactly how you do this, it's pretty simple, really, and it's not a brand new idea. I've taken pieces of other people's ideas and kind of formed them into my own protocol. I say my own. I'm not saying that I invented this at all. I'm not saying that this has never been done. It may have. I don't know. All I know is that I took some ideas and tried them myself. Whether or not anybody else has ever done it, anybody else has ever written it up, it's very possible. So I'm not claiming that this is me. I'm just saying that I did this and it worked. So I'm sharing it with you. So a couple things to keep in mind here. In order to do this, you're going to need to have a bit of self-control. If you don't have a bit of self-control, then this probably is not going to work for you. If you have a history of eating disorders or binge eating, and you don't want to fall back into those, then also consider this before you try this. The other thing would be you should already be on a fat loss diet that's currently working before you do something like this, because if you're not losing fat to begin with, then I can't imagine this is going to work that well for you anyway. Well, actually, maybe not. You could still use it to maintain or stave off any fat gain from a huge meal. Anyway, so if say you have a party coming up or some type of event where you know you're going to eat a lot, here's what you do. So you have your big cheat day. Don't worry about it. Go crazy. Have all the food you want. Then the next day, you're going to have only liquids. So the way I do it is I pretty much always have a protein shake with me that I'm sipping on all day. I'll go through probably 5 or 6 scoops of protein throughout the day, maybe even more. A couple of those scoops, I will put in some greens powder, just make sure I'm getting in some micronutrients, fiber, things like that. And that's pretty much it. You're just going to stay with liquids for a whole 24-hour period. So if your last meal on your cheat meal was at 8 o'clock at night, then I go all the way up to 8 o'clock the next night with only liquids. And it works really well. There have been a lot of times where I will actually weigh less the night after the fast. So give it a shot. I even was doing a little bit of experimenting with yogurt and things like that because it's still liquids. And again, I don't really know the science behind this. I could attempt to explain it. I understand pieces of it, but to be honest, all I'd be doing is feeding the trolls, and people would be coming back to me saying, "You explained that wrong." Fine. I'm not going to tell you the biomechanics behind it, why it works. I'll just say that it works for me, and there's a good chance it'll work for you, so give it a shot. If you know you're going to have a big cheat meal anyway, what's it hurt? So give it a shot, see how it works. Hey, with anything, this is just advice.